The content of this video is not medical advice or a substitute for physical therapy. Please consult your physician or physical therapist before starting any exercise program.
In today's tip, I'm going to give you 3 chest stretches that will not only help you improve your posture, but will also help you improve the overall position of the shoulders themselves. Now, this second piece is really important because if you've got short, tight chest muscles and shoulder muscles that are pulling your shoulders forward and out of a more neutral mechanical position, and who doesn't have that going on these days, then that means that just normal daily activities where you're using your shoulders, pushing, pulling, lifting, carrying, reaching overhead, things like washing and drying your hair can actually cause excessive wear and tear in the shoulder joints and lead to things like impingement syndromes and rotator cuff injuries, things that all of us would really rather avoid. So let's get started stretching your chest. You're going to lie down on your back with your knees bent and your feet on the surface, and just take a moment to be sure that your face is level, which would place your head and neck in neutral position. So if you need to, you could put a little folded towel or a pillow under your head to be sure you're neutral. Now to get started, you're going to put both arms out to the side with the palms facing up. And hopefully this isn't a real big chest stretch for you. For most of us, it's kind of okay. You can at least feel it, but you can stay here for a moment and breathe and try to relax into it a little bit, especially if you've had a busy day with your hands in front of you. All right, next, go ahead and bend your elbows so you're in sort of a goalpost type position. And from here, we're just going to rotate the backs of the wrists toward the floor. Now we're going after pec major here, your big chest muscle right in the front. And if you're really tight in the shoulder, like in the shoulder capsule or in the rotator cuff, then you may not be able to get the backs of the wrists all the way to the floor. So you can feel free to widen up your elbow angle a little bit, and that will probably help out. But definitely don't push through any barriers here. Just go to where you feel good. You feel a comfortable stretch in the chest and you're not hurting in the shoulder. Now you can see I'm going into and out of this position. This is called an on-off stretch, where we go into a bit of a stretching sensation, but we don't stay there long because we don't want to create a fight between ourselves and this short, tight muscle. We just want to sort of ask it, can it lengthen a little bit? And you hold it there just momentarily and then you come out of it. So you're going to practice this 8 to 10 times as tolerated, making sure you're not pushing through anything that's straining or painful or feels like it's not doing something good at the shoulder joint itself. Now, once you've practiced that version, I want you to take your arms up into a V, and we're going to address pectoralis minor, which is the smaller of the chest muscles, but it definitely tugs on the shoulder and can pull those shoulders forward. So we really need to get to this one too. You're going to get to it from your V. And if this feels really tight and impossible to keep the wrist down, then just widen up your V. So pick a V that works for you, that isn't making your muscles scream, but it's definitely making you feel a bit of a stretching sensation. And once you feel that stretching sensation, I want you to pull your elbows back down toward a W. Now, depending on how much room you have in your chest, you might pull your elbows down a little bit more if you've got more flexibility, or you might leave it in more of that goalpost orientation that we were using in the first exercise. But you're going to reach up into the V and then down into the W. And you're just going to move into and out of both of those stretches. So big pec major muscle that we're stretching in the W, and then pec minor as you go into the V. Just easing into and out of those positions 8 to 10 times. Now, before I give you the third and final stretch, I just want to remind you that if you find this content helpful, please click like, click subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, because I'm bringing you great content every week. And if you haven't done so already, please share this information with friends and family. We really appreciate your help in getting the information out there to folks who really want and need it. All right, now my third and final stretch. You're going to lie on your side. So we're going to add a little rotation to this and make this a little more three-dimensional. Lie on your side, stack your knees, Make sure your top knee stays over your bottom knee, even as we go into the stretch. Now, you can have a pillow under your head. I just want your head aligned with your neck here, and I don't want you to feel any strain in your neck. So I like using my arm, but feel free to use a pillow here. Now, reach your top arm forward. This is the side we're going to stretch, is the side with the top arm. And then you're going to just gently rake your fingers along the floor, because I don't want you to hang your arm in the shoulder joint. Once your arm comes to your head, you're going to lay your arm on your head and you're going to flip your palm up. You might already start to feel a bit of a stretch in the chest and the front of the shoulder, and then you're going to rotate back. Now, if you can keep your fingertips on the floor, you can take that arm away from the head a little bit. But if your fingertips are about to leave the floor, keep your arm on your head for support. But you'll feel the front of your chest stretch as well as kind of under that armpit area, and then you're going to rotate back to start position. So on this one, because this one's a little more intense, you're only going to do this one 3 to 5 times. All right, so once again, keep the fingertips on the floor or the arm against the head at all times to support the shoulder joint and avoid any pain or strain. So like I said, this is a little bit more complex stretch where we're adding a little bit of torso rotation, and you're going to practice 3 to 5 per side. All right, that's all I've got for you this week. I hope you found that tip really helpful. Until next time, keep moving and be well.